Authentically you. 'Cause now is your season to live out your reason. Just be you. How you gonna leave your imprint on this world?
Well, hello, y'all, and welcome back to Authentically You Imprint. You last week we did part one of our spotlight of Troy Barnes, and this week we're going to conclude our dialogue with him in part two. He has so many wonderful points to bring forward about this passion that he has and this imprint that he wants to leave in this world until it was just too good to cut pieces out of it. So we had to do a part one and part two in order to encompass all that he had to say. So we're going to give you a few snippets at the beginning of part two of what we discussed last week during the first part of the spotlight, just to bring you up to date, bring you up to speed to where we are tonight. All right, sit back and enjoy the conversation. Until it was just too.
Who I am is not as important as what I want to do, but I'll give you a quick rundown of basically. I was born in Philadelphia, single mom, the whole 9 yards. Everybody talks about the story. She saw a vision, and she moved us from Philadelphia in a grade school type, and moved us down to North Carolina, where I learned my hard work, sharecropping, that kind of cool stuff. And after the hot sun of North Carolina, I realized that I needed an education because I did not want to do a sharecropping job for the rest of my life. So after a little bit of inspiring my teachers sort of pouring into me, I got a chance to go to the United States Military Academy at West Point and graduated there in 92. And then the rest is history. Retired from that Army after a 28-year career. And through that time, I've really been passionate about education. And so I kind of have a 10-year plan that I'm 5 years into right now, where I want to get my doctorate in education. I'm 4 classes short from the coursework, and I'll move on there. And I want to go and just bring back the passion for education back into the communities. And I don't want to start a charter school. I don't want to take more dollars from what we're already paying. I want to go into a school that is already established by your tax dollars. And I want to change that and inspire that school. And I don't want to go to the school that already has all the bells and whistles and any administrator could go in. I want to go into a school that needs compassion, needs some energy, needs a chance to have somebody who believes in them. And I want to change that school for the better.
Excellent.
What actually launched me into a military career was because I was poor. And what launched me in my military career was the United States Military Academy is a chance to get an Ivy League level education at no cost to the actual individual. Appointment, and the rest is history. So again, I want to go into the Lord orders one steps. And so that ability to want to educate myself took me to the military. And the military taught me so much about honor and training and bringing people up and encouraging one another in the midst of arms, of course, but that passion is exactly the same as education. So I was able to take that passion, as you talk about, in education with training that I received in the military. And now I believe I can take that same sort of framework and really apply it to a school where we hold kids accountable for their actions with love and compassion. See, I think one of the things in our current school system that is kind of wayward is we believe that love can't be tough. And by tough doesn't mean you have to be ugly, abusive, demeaning. It means that when you have a standard, you hold a child to a standard. And when they do not meet the standard, you give them the consequences of their action.
Right.
But you must give them the resources in order for them to excel.
Yes, to be successful.
Those are hand in hand. We try to think we can leave one or the other, but you have to be able to provide the resources for that child if you want that child to excel. But once you give them the resources, you must hold them accountable for their decisions, good or bad, and demonstrate to them what's important in those decisions. companies, because the vision I have for a school is I think most schools suffer because of resources. I believe I am one of many passionate educators for schools. I do not believe I'm bringing any more or less passion to the education field that's not currently there, but I do bring a business sense I believe is a little bit different than the model that's currently there. So my 5-year plan, after I do a little education, do a little fundraising, from that fundraising, I have a plan to go into an inner city, low performing school. It can be a low performing school that's out in the rural area, but a low performing school. And to that school, what I want to do is go in and teach for a couple of years, 2 to 3 years in the mathematics department. That happens to be my degree. It's in mathematics and applied mathematician. But I want to take that and teach and make sure I understand what the issues are of a school. And then I want to move to administrative side and change the way that school functions from the sense of when you need things, a teacher should not go in their pocket to get those things. Because of the passion, the love they have for children, we punish them and say you now have to take that small salary we give you and make it smaller because you have to use that salary to get the things that we should provide to you. So one of the models I've learned of the business world is major corporations throw away more money than I need for my school.
Right.
And you talk about a multi-billion-dollar company. 10% of a multi-billion-dollar company is a big number. I'm asking for 0.1% of the billion.
Right.
Like, I'm asking for $10,000. I'm asking for $5,000 to do the things I want to do. So I believe if I'm able to solicit, that's the word, let's not change what it is, solicit donations, support from major corporations, we can close that gap between the need, what we have, and the budget. So schools they only have a budget big enough to be whatever. And we know that currently schools are done by taxation. Right? That's the model, right? And so higher earning people have more dollars to give their school. Poor people have less dollars to give your school. It's a normal model. So what I want to do is I want to augment or supplement that delta so that those children can receive the type of funding that affluent schools get only because of where they live. And so if you can close that gap, I believe every child is a sponge ready to be taught.
Yeah.
And they only think they're not smart because you tell them. You're born a child and we nurture you and grow you and develop you, and then you become whatever it is you become. But so I believe if you give them an environment where somebody believes in them every day they come through the door, somebody tells them they are somebody every day they come through the door, that when they have that, they start believing it, they'll act like it.
True.
There you go.
So I've always said, hey, act like a champion. Act like a person of character, and then we start treating you like that, right? So that's how that's going to work for that passion. So that's the model. The model of the school doesn't change the curriculum. It doesn't change the academics. What it changes is the resources, and in turn, by changing those resources, we can grow better academics. They can have better experiences throughout those days because they have the resources to make that happen.
They expect for you to comfort them. It's okay, baby. Don't cry. They expect for you to cook and clean for them. They expect for you to do their laundry. But here at the Body Shop at Home, we appreciate everything you do. That's why, with every $65 or more purchase, we will gift you the special edition Mother's Day tote bag. Happy Mother's Day from all of us to you.
So, I'm already prepared. There's going to be a time where I'll probably get fired twice or whatever in the process, whatever, until one school believes in me and says, look, we're not going to get another guy who cares as much as this dude does, who doesn't take a pay, who doesn't worry about all this stuff, and he's just working his tail off. We just going to put up with it. I think once I find that school, we'll have a great relationship. We're going to upward trend, but I'm already prepared myself. There's going to be adversity, and
Awesome.
I'm okay with it.
So we want to say to our listeners, again, I hate to keep throwing it in there because he doesn't, but we're talking to a lieutenant colonel. Retired lieutenant colonel who is a man who's going into education. And the reason why I'm saying this to our listeners, because we have some young men out there who are listeners who are listening or who's going to stop by and just hear this interview and say, how did this affect me? I know I got some kind of what of a passion, and I like to teach. Listen, it is an inborn nature in men to teach. Okay, growing up, if you learned something, you couldn't wait to show it to your buddy. And then if your buddies want to know, you're going to go step by step of how you learn. We're natural born teachers. I watched this new generation, and anything they want to know, they go to YouTube and figure it out. Now, YouTube is not full of professors and those who have high degrees.
That's right.
YouTube are full of simple people who experience something, who have learned something amazing and want to share it with the public by teaching.
That's right.
So they go step by step. So to your point, it's not important that you be the brightest light bulb.
That's right.
The only point is that you be a light.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's something that you can light up. Sometimes great darkness needs great light.
That's right.
But sometimes there's just a small bit of darkness in people's lives that can use the smallest bit of light to light them out. It just takes a pinpoint of light. And what you're doing as a man, it is not being gender insensitive or anything like that. It's a fact. The educational world is dominated by women, by great women who have upheld, and thank God for them, who have not given up when men have fallen off, or whatever the case may be. So all we're saying is that this is a great opportunity for men to come back to the educational system with the passions that they have and the things that they have, not taking anything from our educated women, because they are super educated. They are great teachers, and they teach to a point, but there are some things missing because innately God created us to be taught by both male and female. Even if we did not have a father in the house, some of the things we learned from men outside because we could not emulate our mothers or our grandmothers inside. Some of the stuff that we emulated was just bad because it was the men that we saw.
That's right.
Some was good, and some men have stepped in and fulfilled roles and given us the right system, but don't feel that because of gender or whatever the case may be, or that we're saying that what women done in education is bad. We're not saying that at all. We're saying what women has done in education is great. What we're saying is we as men are saying we're apologizing for falling out.
Come on now.
And we want to come back to the educational system, and we want to partner with the women that are there and who have made the difference, who have held the line, and say, I see you. I see you. I'm bringing something that's necessary, not taking anything from you or putting down what you did. So this is in no way I'm speaking down to women. There's no way saying that they're failing at it. It's not the women failing. The women have been brilliant to hold it up under the administrations that we have had that has been trying to tear it down with things that they have been doing. And women have been on the line fighting, saying you cannot tear down. You know, we're losing. And they're getting rid of programs that are necessary because of budget restraints and all this other type of stuff where we can come in and just the money that they waste alone can add to the system. So we're saying to our listeners out there, let's be vocal. Let's think the same way that Troy is thinking. Let's add to it. Let's tell them, look, you wasting a certain amount of money. If you give us that, I promise you what we can do with it will add to your system and increase the value of your education.
Amen.
They expect for you to comfort them. It's okay, baby. Don't cry. They expect for you to cook and clean for them. They expect for you to do their laundry. But here at the Body Shop at Home, we appreciate everything you do. That's why, with every $65 or more purchase, we will gift you the special edition Mother's Day tote bag. Happy Mother's Day from all of us to you.
I love the two things you talked about was light. My grandma used to say, no matter how dark it is, light conquers all.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do. Think about any room you've ever been in. It can be as dark, you can't see anything. You brought any kind of light, a flashlight, a lighter, it doesn't matter. Turn the light on, all of it's gone. The darkness is gone once you bring any light in. And so to your point, if you are shining light, it covers all darkness. And kids need more light. Kids need somebody in their corner who looks at them and says, I love you despite. One of the things that I would like to have as an overall thing in my school is when you walk through the door, the love is unconditional, right? But the responsibility and the accountability is unwavering and is for non-negotiation. So I want them to understand I will never love you more or less based on what you do, but I'm always going to hold you accountable for whatever you do. Exactly. And so the key to that school when you walk through the door is every child should know when they get there, the expectation is here. It ain't ever moving. But what will move or will help you is mercy and justice and those type of things. Grace. Those are words we were reintroducing to our school. Right. I know I told you a story last time, and I wouldn't mind just real quick to share with our viewers. When I was in high school, I wasn't a perfect kid. I know people talk about what they see now. I was not this then, right? And I remember in our parking lot, I was doing donuts. We had a gravel parking lot, and I had my car doing figure eights in our parking lot of our high school. And I remember my vice principal coming out, and I got caught, right? He came out, and I was driving away. I didn't drive away. I didn't speed away. I didn't try to run away. I got caught, so I stopped, that kind of stuff. He came out and he says, hey, Troy, he didn't even stop. He said, you know better. I need to see you here tomorrow. When I came tomorrow, he didn't have the police waiting for me. He didn't have, anything of that stuff. What he had was a shovel and a real big rock pile. And what he said was, for the next however long it takes you, you're going to fill in every hole out there, and you're going to grade that parking lot back like you're supposed to. And when you're done, you're done. What a great life lesson. Wow. I don't have a record. I don't have a destruction of government property. I don't have a destruction of state property and stuff like that. I don't have anything. What I have is a great life lesson is, Troy, when you do something stupid as a young child, there are accountabilities and you got to account for what you did and take ownership. And that lesson taught me to do two things. First of all, don't be stupid and tear up the parking lot. But second, what it taught me was, that if you have a good name and you've done the right things in your school, and you make a bonehead thing, people are very quick to not destroy your future in your life.
Right.
And I want to have a school where people understand that. When kids have silly pranks, we treat them as being immature and pranks. When kids have crimes against humanity, we treat it as such. And don't confuse the truth. You going out and doing something in the park or whatever, right? When you hurt your fellow human, we need to discuss that. That means you have dehumanized. You are prejudiced toward. Right. You are villain-ism, right? You are racism, sex, villain-ism. That's the problem with those actions. But those we need to start separating childish immaturities from character type flaws, right? They aren't the same, by the way. And so one of the things in the school, I like to have a council of kids who pick those things and agree to those things and let them vote on what happened. Let the kids understand how the process works. We do that with our government, right? We have a republic. We don't have a democracy, contrary to popular belief. We have a republic. We elect people to sort of speak for us. I'd like to have that by school, that when kids have problems, bring the kids in with adult supervision so they can have a counselor to say, okay, here's what happened. Let's explain the pros and cons. What do you think?
They expect for you to comfort them. It's okay, baby. Don't cry. They expect for you to cook and clean for them. They expect for you to do their laundry. But here at the Body Shop at Home, we appreciate everything you do. That's why, with every $65 or more purchase, we will gift you the special edition Mother's Day tote bag. Happy Mother's Day from all of us to you.
it's amazing when you make kids part of the solution
Exactly.
and part of the process, they give you better solutions. To your point about what's happening with our millennial generation now. So I'm all in. Look, I love it. I can't wait to finish. I tell people every day, I hate writing papers. I hate just the thought of, all the stuff that goes with it, but it's worth every minute. I know that we will make a difference in schools, and we will bring some light to those schools. And for those schools who can't afford, I'm going to toot my horn a little bit. Hey, look, they pay me a lot of money in my current corporation job. So I do not believe the average person is giving up the current salary to go be a teacher. I just don't think that's happening, right? Unless you've got a passion. So the problem with a lot of these schools is the talent that exists in corporate America is not leaving that to come to a sub-paying job in education. So I want to entice it to make sure, first of all, we need to change how we look at the financial structure of teaching. It's the most educated profession in the world. It is the most, it ain't even close, right? And so my thing is, we pay people a lot more for a lot less. We require teachers to have all kinds of stuff. But anyway, long story short is, this is the kind of stuff I want to bring back to the education to let them know we've got to change the way we think. And we got to change the way we react. And then once we change those things, we can change the way we educate, not from a curriculum perspective, but from an environmental learning perspective.
Exactly. I love it. Everything that we've talked about today. And as you are entering into this, to teach children to articulate.
Yes.
Articulate. And that alone will take care a lot of them having to suffer in silence on a lot of injustices and a lot of things that prior generations have had to struggle through. I think that is a very major point, just teaching children how to articulate, and the fact that they are free to articulate. Because as we grew up, we were not allowed to get into grown folks' conversations, Because there's a lot of things that we were not even asked, and you were expected just to do it because I said so, whether you had a thought about it or not. And so teaching children that their thought process is important. I need to know why you're thinking, how you're thinking, because what you think and how you think is going to eventually come out into an action. So I need to know how you're thinking. And so I think that is a very important aspect of the educational, the whole educational process. And secondly, that children, not just children, but any person, and this is a quote from somebody down in history, and I can't think of who said it right now, but people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Amen. Yep.
Right. So before we close out, so we're talking about, and I heard you loud and clear. I even saw you kept up when you said, I want to bring the words love and mercy and things back. It's not an easy thing to do because people have so distorted love, mercy, and all these type of things. And I'm not talking about the way society say it now. I'm talking about the way God meant love to be. And in 1 John, it say, herein is love, not that we love God, which has nothing to do with us, but that He loved us. And so we're saying that to kids, it can't be about how much they show us they love us. It's us as adults saying, listen, we love you, and society is missing it. But it goes on to say, listen, not that we love God, but that He loves us, and He gave Himself as a substitute for our sins. But the key verse to it is a couple of verses down to say, well, how can you say that you love God, who you're not seeing, but then hate your brother, who you see every day?
Every day.
It does not fit. How can we say we love our children and we love, and at the same time we say we love God, and we take love out of it as if love is a bad thing? If kids showing mercy and grace towards one another is a bad thing, you might use other terms in this society for it, or however you choose, but it goes back to the basic principle that everything we stand on, from the foundation of the earth to the end of it, is going to be how we love one another. How we love one another is also going to be in how we teach our children. and what values we place in teaching our children, whether love is even a value to us, which it should be our principal value to everything. And if we make that our principal value, I tell you what, systemic racism will go away quickly. If we make that our principal values, a lot of our discipline problems will go away quickly because we're teaching our kids by loving them that in turn they can love society and be an important part of society and how important it is. And it all goes back to basically putting back into our educational system the things that are principally sound and the things that get us through. My wife and I have been married for 31 years, been together longer than that. And the key to it is love.
Yeah.
And the point of it is, it didn't come by easy.
Right.
Love came through the adversities. We'll do a show on that some other time because y'all don't want to know about all that. But love came through adversity, and so will our children's love come through adversity and how we handle things with them.
Yeah.
At an early age, will go on into their adulthood to make them, responsible and committed citizens of our country to bring back those values that are necessary. We can be flying jet cars around here in the air and all this other type of stuff, but if we don't love, you know what I'm saying, we'll be just flying into each other, killing each other.
That's right.
Flashing in the air. The principle of it really has to be love, and that's what it takes to do what you're doing, Lieutenant Colonel Troy. It takes a love for children, and take a love for kids. When it all breaks down to it, it's your passion and it's your love for the kids that you're seeing, and you have your reasons for it. And this won't be the only interview that we do. You'll be able to go more into it because it is more in depth. A man just does not make a decision to come out of the corporate world making a bunch of money. Man just don't make a decision to be a lieutenant colonel and go further in and then land at education as if it's some just happenstance or hobby. Education and kids are not a hobby.
That's right.
It's a commitment.
Not for the faint of heart.
You'll find that West Point wasn't where you went. West Point was an easier thing to go through than to go into the education field. Finishing the military after so many years and was not an easy thing to go through, and then land on a harder thing by educating young minds. He'll find that for whatever reason he made this choice to make his life harder. It's his choice, but it all comes back to a love and a passion. So we thank you so much. We also want to thank your lovely wife and your children who inspired you to keep on with this passion and keep on doing that. Maybe next time we can get her on here and she can tell us the truth about you.
Well, the cool part, she's known me since I was in the 6th grade. We've known each other since we were in the sixth grade together. And she's seen me in the good times, like you say, in the bad, and all that goes on with it. But the one thing is she's always been consistent. And she's moved 11 times, like I said, and all over. The woman's never said a harsh word when it came time to move. One time we moved 10 months after getting someplace. I got a set of orders. 10 months later, it said it's time to move. She packed the children up, gave them their goodie bags every time we go somewhere. And I always say that you need someone who loves you, that you can have your own haven. And that's kind of the model of the school, right? You need a place where when you walk through the doors, and for me, it's my home. When I walk through the doors, no matter how many deals I made or I didn't make, no matter how many things went right or wrong, all that stuff. When I walk through the door of my address, my wife is unconditionally loved. It's loving me, hear about my day, loving me, just that. That's it. There's nothing more than less, no expectation. It's a beautiful thing. And so I think if you get to a school where when you walk through the day, it doesn't matter whether your house is a good house or a bad house. Doesn't matter whether you got things or not. When you walk through the door, you have a group of people, you have an institution, you have an environment where the leaders, the faculty, the staff is going to invest into you, the first thing love, and they're going to make you the best version of yourself. And I'm not a big, A, B person. I like the way Brown does it. Brown University, if you ever get a chance in Ivy League school, you don't really get a grade. I'm not going to go that far because you got to have grades just because of the state. And I'm not trying to change all that. But I like the mentality. The mentality is you have to be a better version of what you did before every time you perform.
Right.
That, to me, is the principle. It has nothing to do with the grade. I mean, you pay all that money, you should see some grades. I tell people at $56,000 a year, you should be able to see some grades. I want to know what you're doing at Brown. But the point, that's a parent speaking, but from an educator, I want my kids to know when they come through that door of that school, whatever the name of that school is, that when you get here, somebody is going to love me and make me the better version of myself every day, consistently. And so,
great. So, public, you've heard it.
That
Troy's
was
going to come back,
Excellent
and
part
him
word.
and his wife are going to give us some tips, and we're going to talk about what it takes to sustain a dream, what it takes to sustain
My
a man
goodness.
who have made
Yes.
these decisions. I know a lot of times wives
Feeding the dream.
are quiet and they're to do, but if they're anything like my wife, they're the power behind. They're the reason who while I'm able to speak up and speak with boldness, because regardless of what happens, I know she got my back. I know she loves me. I know that without a shadow of a doubt that she's definitely going to have my back. And it's important in this day and time that people understand that marriage is a partnership.
yes,
Anything that we do, any decision we make before Troy decided to open up a school, I guarantee you there's been many long conversations with his wife and his children, because you can't just give up a large salary to go for hope and a dream. You have to have spoken, and she had to have spoken positivity in your ear to say, hey man, you could do this. I don't care about the money. We got money. We'll save what we'll do with it, but it's not an arbitrary decision for a man to do. That means he got a strong woman behind it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to it, and we're just going to add, and then we'll probably get another one from there. Who knows?
that's what I like. I love it. Remember, you got me for the whole 5-year plan. So we're halfway through, and so I'd love to just give the public progress. And at some point, I'm going to ask the public to invest. And it's not money, by the way. Contrary to probably, resources don't have to be dollars. Resources can be time. I can use their intellect, whatever it is. But I'm going to ask the public to invest. When I say invest, I may call you up and say, hey, I need a seminar for how to run a business for my business class. I want you to come in and give it. I may say, hey, I need you to give me a set of internships for my children who are going to be seniors. And you're not going to pay them. You're going to get free labor, but you're going to employ them. You're going to show them what it takes to be part of the business world. So I want to have programs where we are setting our children up for success in society and critical thinking from education. And so you're right. I'm coming back because they need to know. I'm going to ask them for some stuff. So, I can't do this by myself. I know that too. So that's good to go.
We'll keep that in mind as we interview other people.
Yeah, and we want to thank y'all so much we hope that this interview has really, really, really blessed you and given you some thought. And I want you to keep track of Troy, because we're going to keep track of him, as I said, soon, Troy. We're going to get together with your wife. We're going to add these things on, and we're going to keep on going and see this thing through. But like anything else, my wife and I are doing the same thing. We're stepping out here doing this television program, and we're getting it off board because we just believe that it's not us. It's not about our education. We believe that God's given us something to bring to the public because somebody needs it. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, as we go through this thing, we're also soliciting your help and your encouragement and all that you can do, because some people out there will not do nothing and you just making big money. And the only thing you can do is donate and support. And that's the only thing you will do. So we don't want to be hindering your blessing.
That's right.
You to donate, support. If God places on your heart, we want you to donate and support this thing so that we can grow. We're on internet television right now, but I'm believing God that maybe we can go to the mainstream network. Exactly. However it goes, we're willing to go. But we also need your help and your support. So if you're just sitting there wondering what you're going to do with all that money you got, and you're looking for somewhere to invest, remember us. Remember us, and also remember Troy. And we'll follow us, and we'll give you the information when he's ready and he's set. We'll have the information up there, and just to encourage him, we're going to put his information, and we're going to continue to run his information, his contact information, as we go, so that you also can keep him before your mind. And we're just going to hold this commitment that we're going to come and do this thing even quarterly. Just to keep up with your progress. He's in school also, so, and he's finishing up getting his degrees and stuff together, and that's interesting. We want to hear about that too. We want to encourage you about that too, but we also want to be a part of this thing to keep track.
Exactly.
So before the quarter, we're going to get with you, White.
All right.
But definitely, we're going to keep the information there, because this is something exciting. This is something new and adding to a system that's already there, that's been locked. We're going to break through these doors. And Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, if you're listening, this is another opportunity. This is another opportunity to further an advancement of education and another point of view. Listen, all the big ideas are not sitting up in the offices in the place you got. Some of them are here on local cable television, network television, and sitting in the homes. Lieutenant colonels who have retired and sitting in bed got ideas and things that they could not get over because of society. You're opening up new opportunities now. Somebody get this to Joe Biden and to Kamala Harris and let them know that we're calling on them to support.
Oh, I love it. I love it. This has been a fantastic interview with you, Troy. You have definitely given us a lot of information, and there is so much more that I know that you can say and want to say. So definitely we're going to have you back for another interview.
Awesome.
Real soon, because, you know, we're trying to get buy-in as well. You know, we're trying to get buy-in, right?
That's right.
So we need people to get on board with the passion and the dreams and the vision that you have for this new forward-thinking school system. You know, this whole methodology of instruction. So we will definitely get you back on real soon and lay some more of this foundation for the public.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for spending some time with us.
I enjoyed it. You guys have a blessed day.
Thank you.
And we'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, what an awesome conversation we had with Troy Barnes. If you didn't catch part one, go over to our YouTube site, Authentically You Imprint, to catch part one. We closed out today with part two. We had a fantastic time talking with him. So, you know, we'll have him back periodically because we need to, as he meets his milestones, he's in this 5-year process. He's in this 5-year, he had a 10-year plan. He's 5 years in now. So as he makes and meets other milestones, we're going to have him back on because, you know, as he has this fantastic vision, this forward-thinking vision for educating students, he's going to need support, you know, from businesses such as hiring interns, you know, student interns so they can get introduced into the work world. He will need support from the rest of the community by offering some of our time, you know, to help him with community engagements and other activities. He will need support, you know, even by donations, you know, to help the teachers to get supplies for their classrooms, and even for big businesses to make sizable contributions so that the teachers' salaries can be increased. I have always felt that teaching and teachers should make at least as much as doctors make, because they are making the greatest impact into the lives of society by teaching our children, you know, to become viable contributors to society. So I've always felt that teachers should make far more money than what they are making. So we will have Troy back in a month, maybe 2 months. Well, let's say quarterly. We're going to try to get Troy back on quarterly just to give us an update on where he is. You know, that there's a part for all of us to play in helping him change the culture and bring this fresh, new, innovative, and forward-thinking business model, and that's what it is, into the school system. So I was excited to have Troy.
Yeah, Troy was excellent in his dreams and his endeavors as to what he was going to do. Listen, it's very important that You contact the information. We understand that people were delayed in some of their goals and their dreams because of the COVID-19. And because the COVID-19 does not mean that it stopped. If you're interested in education, I'm sure we have a lot of people who have joined us who are interested or had some of the same thoughts that Troy has had. But Troy is working towards doing something about it. He's also working on his degree for education because, as you heard him say, he just don't want to go in without having the knowledge and the experience. That's very important.
Credentials behind.
He won't catch up to somebody that has 20 years
of
but
teaching,
his education will allow him to come in on an even footing and then take a running leap into what he's going to do. So remain in contact with Troy from the information that you got for him and his vision for what he's doing.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of you, I'm sure, are interested in education. And wherever you may be watching from around the world, you might have some of the same dreams, some of the same motivations, and didn't quite know how to get there. Now you have a source that
we can connect
wants to come in and connect and do something different. So connect with Troy. We thank him so much for all the helpful information that he has given us.
We're excited
and
to see this model come into play.
Yeah, definitely excited to see some of these models come into play. As we talk to Troy, we're looking forward to interviewing Troy along with his beautiful wife.
Absolutely, who has a whole wonderful thing we want to bring to the forefront about her.
They're doing great things in their home. So we're looking forward to that interview also. I know you're looking forward to it too. It's oftentimes you want to see the woman behind the man.
But as Troy said,
that
she ain't behind him at all.
She's not behind him at all. She's right beside
him, making it all happen.
And when 2 or 3 agree, there's nothing that you cannot accomplish in this life.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Troy, for your service to our country. For your commitment to the corporate world as you are serving now.
And the passion.
And the passion. We thank you for the passion. That's what we're looking for.
Absolutely.
Is the passion.
And if you need to get in contact with him and would like to, just send us an email, ayimprint21@gmail.com, and we will make sure that we connect you with Troy Barnes. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And maybe, just maybe, you know somebody that you would like to spotlight that's kind of running under the radar, but doing great things. And you know about it.
Right.
And there has not been a platform because they can't get on CNN and all these other places that are going forward. And maybe y'all want to come to our little show.
Yes.
Or maybe you want them to contact us.
We would love to springboard you.
Listen, we would love to give them the platform to bring to light what they're doing in their community. Now, this is not just local. We're in the Maryland area, close to Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, and all this stuff. So we're spotlighting local people, but due to the greatness of the internet and
Zoom,
all the things we have possible, maybe in your country. You're doing something or know something amazing that you want to get spread around the world. Listen, this is the opportunity. This is a platform. We're a small platform trying to grow, but we are definitely here to serve you wherever you are. Make contact.
175 countries right now.
Make contact with us so that we can interview you and we can spotlight what you're doing in your country and some of the things that we're doing. So make contact with us. Let's talk.
We'd love to do it.
Let's talk. Because what you're doing is authentically you. It is your imprint.
It's your imprint.
And we want to spotlight that.
Absolutely. Also, if you want to maybe run a commercial, if you don't want to have an entire hour just to sit and talk about what you're doing, please reach out to us and we will connect you with our videographer and we will get a commercial done. We'll work with you until it is perfect for you. So you've seen commercials that we've run in the video earlier. But if you'd like to have commercials, something like this.
It's exciting. It's zesty. Purify and protect with our new lemon head-to-toe routine. The subtle, crisp fragrance instantly makes you feel clean. Guess I'll just keep using lemons for my water until my order gets here. Our new lemon range is available now.
Reach out to us. We can make a commercial just like that for you. It would be perfect. It would be just what you want. So,
how great is that?
How great is that?
You would have never thought that you would be able to do your own commercial
and
and have it run in 175 or 76 different countries around the world. Now the opportunity is there for you to reach out, for you to do something. Yes, there's a little bit more involved in creating the commercials and things like that.
Yeah, a lot of logistics.
There's a lot of logistics to it. We just don't want to do anything. You know, while we're still at the starter level, we're still trying to get good at what we do. I think these commercials that we're running are pretty good so far.
I think so.
I think so. It's almost as good as anything. Well, it is good as anything that we've seen on national television
program.
Worldwide television program. We can do that for you and make it uniquely yours.
Exactly.
So reach out to us and we can get your commercial started. We can run your commercial on our little station.
As often as you like.
And who knows who will pick it up? Who knows what will happen? So step out on faith.
These commercials can be for your business, you know, it can be for your ministry. It can be a short message that you want to get out. However, whatever it is that you have in your vision, whatever your dream is, we can do a commercial for that. So,
listen. You can reach out and Faith, Hope, and Love Ministries. A lot of people don't know what Faith, Hope, and Love Ministries are. Y'all keep saying Faith, Hope, and Love Ministry. Well, Faith, Hope, and Love, where that came from is God inspired us with that name when we were pastoring in Asheville, North Carolina. That was to be the name of our ministry, Faith, Hope, and Love. Without faith, without hope, and without love, this world would not prosper. It definitely would not prosper at all. God was speaking to us at that time, and what we recognized in the community is there was lack of hope. People give up because of lack of hope, because of things going on around in the world. But what we found is that's just not applicable to the community in which we were pastoring. It's also applicable to your community and around the world. People have lost hope in different things, even with what's going on in this society. Right now, the problem is people that have lost hope because of injustice, because of the inequality and things. People are losing hope. But what we want to say to you is hold on to your faith.
Hold on to your faith. Yes.
Hold on to your faith. Yes. God gives us hope, and it is our job. It is our job to love.
That's right.
As our Savior has loved us, and we want to love on you. We want to renew your faith, build up your faith. We want to give you a sense of hope, and we want for you to feel the love that we have.
Yeah, our tagline for Faith, Hope, and Love is encouraging faith, inspiring hope, and demonstrating love. And that's what we plan to do.
Yeah, say that again.
Faith, Hope, and Love. The tagline is encouraging faith, inspiring hope, and demonstrating love.
That's what makes the difference in the world. That is what we're trying to achieve here on this network that we're on our shows that we're doing, the things that we're doing to promote these things. We definitely want to do that. And guess what? We're growing exponentially in our eyes. More than we.
It's way bigger than we are.
God is doing more than we ever imagined He would do. And we have been pushing to continually do this. We're going to provide a space for you very soon where you can give to this ministry and help support us. Right now, we do have an author, a great worldwide author, sitting with us, and right now she has a book that is out, which is called Authentically You, which is how the Authentically You imprint tagline came into being. So listen, reach out to us, and you can purchase this book.
Yes.
You can purchase this book. In purchasing this book, you will help the ministry to grow. You will help our ministry to grow. So reach out to us and we'll provide the information so that you can get this book in your hand.
Absolutely.
And read all about where we come from, what our thoughts are behind this. It's all based in that book, Authentically You, which launched everything. The ministry came first, but then this book was inspired by my wife. You can read it. There's some things about the ministry and what went on with that, what inspired her to begin to write this book. Please get it.
Absolutely. And so the Faith, Hope, and Love is our parent organization. That's the organization that's going to cover all of the things that we do. The Authentically You imprint comes under the Faith, Hope, and Love parent organization. So does Midweek Motivation.
Yeah.
It comes under the Faith, Hope, and Love banner. And so what we want to offer to you is, if you want to have your own hour-long program, you would become a part of the Faith, Hope, and Love team, and you can run your own show. So reach out to us at ayimprint21@gmail.com, and we can have the conversation. We can talk about how it is that we can help you. We can serve you as you serve your community.
Amen. Right? Listen, we have networks. We have Christian networks that are happening and stuff like that, and they've been priced way out of the range of the goal
for the normal person.
And you've been looking at your ministry and you've been saying, how can I get this platform where I can take my ministry into the world?
This is a perfect
I can't get on the Christian network because it's too expensive to do that. Listen, we're here to make it available, that you can have your own show, just like we're sitting here talking to you now. We can create something for you and work with you to get your ministry that you already got. Most of us went to Facebook.
Yes, exactly.
During this time, Facebook and Instagram, and we've seen the response based upon that. And you are figuring out, how in the world can I keep this going?
Exactly.
And how can I expand my ministry at affordable cost? Because I know God's been talking to me about doing it, but the price have been overwhelming. Well, have faith.
Have faith.
Hold on to your hope.
God has heard your cry.
And love is there. We'll be able to help you to do some of what we're doing. We're hoping that you go far and above beyond what we're doing. But this is actually a good platform.
It's an excellent platform. A jumping off point, a launching pad. We want to be the launching pad for you, your business and your ministry. So reach out to us. All right. And so next, if you want to be notified when we are airing our next show, or if you want to know, what's on the horizon, for us here at on the Imprint Show, or you want to know the topic or the person that we're going to be spotlighting, please send us an email and get on our email list. We're going to build a list so that every time we get ready to do something new, that email will go out to notify you of the time and where you can get connected with us.
Yeah, you can connect with us. You can definitely connect with us and get this thing started on the road. We are so excited because we're getting response and people are interested in spotlighting it. And these people are doing some great things.
Some wonderful things.
So far we have reached out and we've been setting up shows and things like that, but we got some great response. Even when from our first interview, as you said, we're getting started. Our first interview with Sean Phillips from the Trader House. Sean, thank you so much for agreeing to come on this show with us. And I'm happy for you and great things that are taking place even since you have been on this show.
Right.
So our first guest, and he will always hold the honor of being our first guest on this show. We thank him so much because he didn't have to do it. I mean, he couldn't say y'all too small for me to, give y'all my attention. And so we thank you that Sean from Traders House. And then there was Larry Green.
Larry Green Jr. from ITTG. I'm trained to go.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Larry Green Jr., for being a part of our show. We thank you.
It was amazing. It was wonderful. Let me give just a little snapshot, though. The Trader's House is all about stocks and investing.
Yes.
And Sean brings you into a community of people where you can learn from the ground up. You don't even have to start by using your own money.
Right.
He will give you a simulation account so that you can start trading and get a good feel for it. You can learn the phraseology and the language that goes along with stocks and trading. And then Larry Green Jr., he is he is a certified. He holds certifications in the healthcare arena and the training arena. He's not just someone who figured out how to buff up. He actually holds certifications. So he knows the anatomy behind. He knows the physiology behind certain things. So he's an excellent person for you to reach out to for the health and training aspect of your life. And then the third person that we interviewed for this month, and we're just celebrating our first month.
Right.
This closes out our first month on the air. So we just wanted to celebrate again the people that have come to help make it successful. And so
that is great. So Troy Bonds, we ended with Troy Bonds. Troy Bonds, Lieutenant Colonel in the service in the military in the United States of America.
Yes.
It was wonderful talking to him. He has already made excellent choices in his life that have taken him to high places.
Yes.
We didn't talk about it, and maybe we'll talk about it later, but Troy Bonds ain't no joke.
He's no joke.
He's in the corporate world, and he's doing large things in the corporate world. And what makes it unique is that Troy Bonds could choose anything in the world
he wanted
to do. I mean, when I say the corporate world, I'm not talking about no peons in the corporate world. This man is hand in hand with some of the world's great corporations, and he's doing wonderful things in that area. But he's being pulled, from that, from making all that money to going into the educational field, which we all know is not equal to that. But it must be something that God placed in the heart to make you come from the corporate world, making six figures and over, to come down to educate young people and all this stuff. It is great, and we are honored to have spotlighted Troy Bonds in this area. Matter of fact, talking to him, we found out that we're real close. We're real close. We're family, and coming from the same area with my wife, being raised up in the same area as my wife in North Carolina. Right down the road from each other.
Yes.
It's great. It's amazing how small our world is.
Troy is the cousin of one of my best friends.
And he's the cousin of one of our best friends. So what we have to do is we have to thank Mr. Fraser Atkinson.
Fraser Atkinson.
Listen, Fraser is our nephew.
He's going to strangle us for doing this.
Yeah, he is our nephew. But let me tell you something. Fraser has been in our corner since we started this thing.
Yes.
He is the one that have constantly called. He constantly encouraged us. Matter of fact, I think it's been all three.
The first three
of our first guests. Fraser has set it up.
Yes.
Fraser, you got to interview this person. You got to do this. Fraser declares that he must be on the other side of the camera, producing us, telling us what we got to do. And it has been wonderful.
Yeah,
it has been
pushed
wonderful.
us into where we are now.
Yeah, he has been a good friend.
We do thank you, Fraser.
Yeah, we thank you so much. And Fraser, we just want to give you warning that what we've been talking about is going to be your turn.
It's going to be your turn.
And we got to bring you in because he is hype. He's a hype man.
Exactly.
And he doesn't do that without the knowledge. So we got to get him in here on camera to introduce y'all to Fraser.
Exactly. And I really do thank you because like Annie just said, he made the introduction, and months later, here we are, having seen the vision manifest. And we are a month in to hosting the Authentically You Imprint.
And he has been designing, and he has been, matter of fact, our logo. Our logo is, Fraser has designed our logo.
For Faith, Hope, and Love.
For Faith, Hope, and Love. He is a graphic artist. He has designed our logo. He's been behind us 100% It has not been just this year. It's been pretty much since we started.
Yeah.
We will do a show and we get a call from Frazier. Frazier telling us,
Yeah.
giving us
He's always
encouragement
encouraging us.
and leading us into people to advance ourselves. And that's where we need to be. That's
Exactly.
what we're doing. We're just paying it forward.
Paying it forward.
Because
Absolutely.
we have good people behind us, pushing us, encouraging us, telling us what we can do, the potential of what we can do. And we all need that.
Yeah, exactly.
We all need a person like Frazier. Unfortunately, y'all, he's ours. So, yeah.
He's taken.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So listen, if you missed any of the Authentically You Imprint shows, please go over to YouTube. We're there. Our channel is AY Imprint. And I will put that, so you can see that below. And all right, so that does it for now. We just wanted to do a summation and give out some thanks at the end of our first month.
We have plenty coming up.
We have plenty.
We have plenty coming up that you will
Yeah.
enjoy. Promise you will enjoy. But reach out, get in touch
Absolutely.
with us. We thank you so much,
So much.
for our conclusion of our first month.
Yeah.
Our
It
first
has been a
month
success.
it is a milestone for us.
Yes,
So
indeed.
we're looking forward
learning
to
to
what's
celebrate
coming
those
in the
milestones.
future. Yes, and we want to celebrate just like we want to celebrate with you.
Absolutely. So, listen, until we meet next week, let's continue to make this your season to live out your reason.
Listen, be
Authentically you. How will you leave your imprint in this world?
Be authentically you. 'Cause now is your season to live out your reason. Just be you. How you gonna leave your imprint on this world? Be authentically you. 'Cause now is your season to live out your reason. Just be you. How you gonna leave your imprint on this world?